Sometimes the best stress relief is a vacation. Other times, the best stress relief is taking a 3-foot crowbar to a computer or smashing a pane of glass on the floor. In Austin, Texas, the Breaking Point helps its fans avoid their breaking point by smashing, crashing, throwing, crushing, and catapulting breakable objects. This is not your ordinary rage room, it's a family affair. The Fallwell family is the brains behind this operation and the curators of one of the most fun, de-stressing experiences we've had yet. Before we break everything, let's hear the family's unique story of how they got here. Today we are here with the Fallwell family at the Breaking Point. We're in the rage room right now, but they've got a lot more going on than just that. What is this place?
We are predominantly a rage room, but we have 4 different rooms that we offer for entertainment purposes. So we have a splatter room where you can go and you get a canvas and you get to splatter paint all over, or just be nice and paint your canvas, whatever you like. Then of course the rage room is our #1 seller. That's what people mostly come here to do. And you get breakables, glass. We source glass from all over, as well as like dishes and things like that, as well as like appliances and electronics, as you can see. And then we have our axe throwing room, which we don't have your typical axes. We have more like ninja stars and, throwing cards and knives and things of that nature.
Until I'm just... Normally, I'm a bit of an axe throwing wizard, or perhaps a lumberjack of all trades. I can't get this, I'm walking out. Ready? However, I did redeem myself a bit with the throwing knives, the hardest projectile to stick, and that was good enough for me. All right, what's next?
Our escape room. And we change that every 1.5 years or so.
Nice.
And so right now it's a fun house with clowns and things like that.
Clowns. Do you love clowns? Of course you don't. That's kind of the point. They're terrifying, and this escape room was filled with them. I'm starting to see a connection. Awesome, and I can imagine people go through that and they're scared from the clowns and they're like, I need to break something too. All right, I think it's time to put the name of this place to the test. First up, a medical computer that used to be worth $10,000. Caffeine is great and all, but smashing a coffee pot will definitely wake you up too. What's the difference between jam and jelly? You can't jelly a mason jar with a crowbar to make it shatter. Hey Nate, you know how to juggle? Don't try that one at home. Does anybody know how long it takes to reheat a crowbar? Toodles. And last but not least, the Fallwell brothers told me I had to try smashing some tempered glass. Tempered glass can explode due to a phenomenon called thermal stress, which occurs when rapid temperature changes cause uneven expansion within the glass, leading to internal stresses that eventually exceed its strength and cause it to shatter. So basically, glass hit ground, glass go boom. Oh, that's gonna look cool. That's awesome. So how long has this been here?
So we opened during COVID, actually, in April of 2021.
Nice. Yeah. And what brought you to that point of, where you just happened to want to get some, rage out, or was it, you're looking to do something else from what you were doing before?
No, we're from Tucson, Arizona. All of us were born and raised there, and our kids played baseball all over the place. And every time they would come home, they were like, oh, we don't know if we want to be at Tucson forever. And we're like, oh gosh, I'm the mama bear. And I'm like, my kids can't leave me. So we just started talking about, starting a family business somewhere. And we didn't really know what we wanted to do, but we took the kids to a rage room that had just opened there. And we just thought it was really fun. Made friends with the guys that own that business, and decided to move out of Tucson since they kind of wanted to explore. And so we came and we visited San Antonio and we visited Austin because they did not have rage rooms yet. And then as a family, we decided on Hill Country.
You've probably seen some interesting things come through these doors, and maybe this is where everybody can chime in of like what their favorite thing they've seen, or like, I guess you can smash that, or what is that thing?
We had a lady with a big glass pumpkin, and it was like probably like 3 feet in diameter, and she smashed that thing, and it was awesome because it just exploded. So for me personally, anything that's like large glass item related, always awesome in their atrium. Super satisfying.
And that kind of leads into another thing that we were chatting about before, which is the different reasons people come in here. And so I'd love to kind of hear from your perspective, what are people coming in here for?
Well, when we got into this business, we were just thinking we were offering something fun, which is very fun. But as we went through the process, and it was quickly after we started the business, we realized that a lot of people were coming here to recover from hard things in their lives. So they come in and, you know, they're kind of rough and gruff at the beginning, but then when they leave, you can see like a whole weight has lifted off their shoulders. So it's truly like, it's true therapy. Not just sitting and talking, but actually doing and getting that energy out that is not so great. So so we've kind of morphed into all of those things that have, you know, come along and help support people through their journeys. The number one thing was to do this with our kids. It makes me choked out because it's like a dream come true, right? But anyways, somebody else.
I think, I'll echo that, right? Yeah. I was fortunate enough to coach while these guys playing high school baseball, so I did that, right? But this takes it to a whole nother level because it's like your livelihood. You feed your families off of it, so that's super rewarding. It's awesome. But also the other side of it, the people that come in. We've met so many like awesome people, right? Because the world tells you there's just a lot of angry people out there. There's really not. People are really cool. They're really fun. I feel like we provide them a place to be themselves, truly. They can say whatever they want, however they want. We don't care. And it lets them really shine through. So that part's awesome and a lot of fun.
There's not many places that you have a physical outlet that there's not, you know, within the confines of the rules, you don't really have any repercussions. Like in here of like, I can smash things, I can kind of let that out. And if you do that in the parking lot, you're getting the cops called on you. You do it here, that's the point. And so I think that I feel like that's the reason these places have started to pop up and really thrive, is because there isn't a way, and you know, I think that there is a good place for therapy, and that is a part of a mix, but sometimes it just feels good to let it out in that physical sense.
Well, in nature, that's how like a bird will fly off and flap its wings a whole bunch to get rid of the energy of, you know, coming into contact with something else that wasn't so great. This is sort of that in real life.
I knew exactly what she was talking about. After an afternoon at the breaking point, I felt free as a bird. My stress was gone, my glass was smashed, and my relationship with creepy clowns had evolved. Rage rooms are more than just a smash and crash experience. They're a form of therapy, and I'm thankful families like the Fallwells are bringing these experiences to life. Now, as much as I'd love to stick around all day to try and recreate the high of me sticking the throwing knife on my second attempt, it's time for us to move on to the next adventure. We will see you at the next place. If you love what we do and you want to support our mission of showcasing the best places to have fun all across the country, consider joining our Patreon. Your support will help cover travel and production costs so then we can keep making content for years to come, and even start bringing you more videos more often. Every bit of support makes a huge difference, and we are so grateful for all of you that have decided to come along on this journey with us.